The next thing, when you're getting your original gear, and I'm getting ready to do a video on gear, on bags, things like that, don't go out and spend a ton. A, you got to figure out if you're even going to like doing this. B, some things that cost a lot of money are worth it, but not necessary. I always, and like I said, I'll go into this deeper on one of these next videos, I always recommend to people just starting out, start cheap. Don't go out and spend a ton of money. Don't go out and buy a $400 knife. Don't go out and buy a $400 bag. Don't do that stuff. Your first couple of years in bushcrafting, if you're just starting, are going to be highly experimental. It's going to take you a couple of years to figure out whether you like it, and then the best way to accomplish the task that you want to accomplish. Most bushcrafters have certain things that they like. Some love starting fires. Some like setting up camp. Some like setting traps and snares. The skill set just varies massively. But just like you have to put in time reading and studying, you need to put in time testing and trying out equipment. So my recommendation is always start cheap. I'm going to give you a real quick scenario here. Not scenario, that's not even a good word. I'm going to give you a real quick setup, because just like it says on all my videos, the only way to master it is to get out in the dirt and do it. I'm going to show you some stuff that I have here, and it's all you need to start for bushcrafting. And I'll tell you what I paid for each item. You're going to need a bag to carry your stuff in. What that bag is doesn't matter as long as it carries your stuff. This here was a 99-cent little canvas haversack that I found at a thrift store. It looks like it's from the National Wildlife Federation. It's probably one of those things that somebody gave $20 to PBS and they got this in the mail. It is a little cheap haversack. I love it. I've had it for a while, and I use it more than you would imagine. 99 cents. You're going to need something to carry water in and boil water in if you need to. $1. It's just a stainless steel bottle. I happen to paint this one with the heat resistant paint for grills because I had it. Not for any real reason other than I had it. I can carry water in this. I can boil water in this. I can make char cloth in this. The list goes on and on, but that's not the point of this video. $1. So now I'm up to $1.99. Cordage. Because you're going to have to learn to start tying knots. You're going to have to learn to start putting things together. You can buy a roll of paracord or a roll of bank line. What I actually recommend to people just starting, people that are brand new to it, and I'll explain why in a second, is go to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever and get a roll of this. It's just contractor's rope. It comes on a little plastic carry deal. The reason I recommend that is I do not want people that are new to bushcrafting to get hung up on the stripping out cordage, breaking it down, those kind of things. The other reason is because people that are new to bushcrafting tend to leave a lot of cordage out in the bush. They'll tie something onto a tree with a knot that they can't get undone, so they just cut it and leave it up there. I'm not a fan of that. With this, they can see how much stuff they're leaving behind and go back. You know, if they cut something off, then they're going to see this orange rope sticking out up there. And people that are new to bushcrafting have a tendency to put ropes in places they should not put them, where they're going to walk through and clothesline themselves, where they're going to be moving around their shelter and trip themselves. With the orange line, they can see it better. I highly recommend it. It's dirt cheap, and it's got plenty of strength for anything you're going to do. So you've got your water, you've got your cordage, you've got your bag. Oh, and this stuff's like $2 a roll. So we're up to $3.99. Get you something for shelter. Poncho will do just fine. because that's a skill set you've got to master yourself. This one happens to be like a $4 poncho. It's reusable. It's kind of thick. It's not up to mil spec or anything like that. Or you can go the other way and spend $10 and get an 8x10 tarp. This would be my preferred way right here. Unless you live in a really rainy area, then you're going to need a poncho anyway. You may want to get both. So if you go with this way, you're at like $4. So I don't know what we're up to, like $8, something like that. And get you a knife. This is a touchy subject. Of course, I've done a knife video, and everybody talks about knives. To get started, you can get an old-timer folding knife like this one. It has 2 blades on it. It's one I carry in my pocket a lot. I like it. For your basic beginning, you can do everything you need to with this. Batoning wood, look, everybody's hung up on this batoning wood. It is so seldom that I ever baton wood that it is not even something that I consider when I'm getting a knife. I will comment sometimes I won't baton with this knife, or I will baton with this knife. It's just something I don't do a lot. So it's not my main concern in life. If you don't want to get a folding knife like that one, or you think it's too small, or whatever the case may be, you can get a bigger folding knife. Folding knives when you're starting are fine. Matter of fact, folding knives are fine, period. You just have to know their limitations. Or if you want to, you can go ahead, and I'm not recommending this knife. It's the one I'm using for my 1-year test. It's the Condor Bushmaster or Bushcrafter knife, whatever it is, and I think it was like, I don't know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever it was, and that included shipping. You can find them everywhere. They're a dime a dozen. So even if you go to the top end of the basics, and you spend, we'll call it $30, you spend $30 on a knife, you're still below, well below, you're below $40 for sure. And then get out and start doing the stuff. Learn the task. Get yourself a Bic lighter, get yourself some matches, get cheap stuff. You can pick up a ferrocerium rod at Academy or places like that for $4 or $5. Just don't go out and spend a ton of money on it. It's not about the things, it's about the skills to use the things. As time goes on, and this gets covered in another video, you'll start changing your items. Don't worry about that for now. Get the absolute basic stuff you need and get out there and do it. Start practicing, start doing it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, the more you enjoy it. And that's what this is all about, enjoying it.